That's right, each and every Sunday, KISS100, MK and Blitz, Blitz and MK. 10K, hip hop news and all of that. My man DJ Premier, Black Boat in the building.
Yo.
We just played the Return of the Crooklyn Dodgers.
Oh yeah, big shout out to Chubb Rock, big shout out to J. Rue the Damage and OC. Big shout out to Spike Lee.
Can I just say, how did you find that break? Like, what was the deal with that?
He's not gonna tell you.
Because that's just, that's just the nastiest.
Everything I do is really experimentation. I mean, that's all I do is I experiment with a sample. Right. If I hear a sample, I like to build my drums up first, or just even get a basic skeleton, and then just search around for things. It depends, because if it's somebody that I'm working for that's like an artist like a Ludacris or something, I have a different mentality that makes me attack a track for them. Right. If it's somebody for like Poet, it's the same attack but a whole different way, and not take a thing away from any of the platinum artists, but it's really exciting to see new stuff develop with them, because I can try new things and test things out.
They're not scared to go there.
Yeah, and that's the fun part of it. So you're just looking to stay creative. I mean, there's gonna be certain things that always you're gonna know. Oh, that's a preem track, but that's just obviously that's the signature part. But I still like to be as different as possible with every beat, and it's fun to me to just experiment until it just sounds like it's something that's worth keeping. I have joints that are not that ill. That's why I put out the Beats That Collected Dust project. Because
I'm glad you did that.
I mean, they're not whack beats, but they're not my best, in my opinion. Okay. So that's why it's got to have the title that I can also live with to call it that and release that. Okay. I'm about to put out volume 2. So
let me ask you a quick question. Let me ask you a quick question as well. Like, so your favorite MC? Okay, people say that Biggie is the best. People say Tupac was the best.
Right.
Like, who is your? You got top 5? Do you think about right now? Your top 5 right now?
It would not be Pac or Big. My top 5 would be like Melly Mel. I go by what made me want to even be down with this. So Rakim and KRS-One are super top. Grandmaster Caz. And I'd even say, man, I love Cool G rap, man.
Yeah. Well, no Kane?
Oh, Kane too. Yeah, Kane's is even more of a monster lyrically.
My favorite MC of all time.
Because G-Rap is that gangster stuff that I like. You know what I'm saying? Kane was, such a good performer too.
Different styles as well.
I would put Kane before G-Rap, but G-Rap has to be in. They got to share the 5.
Yeah, I think that
it's my top 5. They got to share it. You know what I'm saying?
L.
Yeah.
Like, this dude was such a monster on the mic. And I think, the world, he got cut short just before the world was about to see.
Sure.
So, I mean, tell people how much of a part he played in your life as a hip-hop DJ and a producer.
Man, I was just with Big L's brother, Don. Big shout out to Don, and rest in peace to Lee, and to L, and to his mother, Pinky, Gilda Terry. And I was just with his brother, and we were just talking about all of that stuff, like the impact he had, and when Finesse just I chatted me earlier when in my hotel room, you know what I'm saying, today, and it was just ill because we were talking about Big L. I mean, he just hit me up out of nowhere. You know what I mean? So it must have been synonymous, and then to have you ask me the same thing.
Listen, man,
that's a strong energy.
We respect spitters over here, bro.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
You know what I mean? That's what we're into.
Yeah. Well, pretty much what it is when Finesse met him back at Rockin' Wheels record store, which was in Harlem. He told me about L. And it's funny too because I remember L told Finesse that he got his style from him.
Oh wow!
And they did have similarities in rhyming back then when he started out, but then L just took his own lane and just
totally just moved everybody out. This is me.
He totally finessed his flows and his patterns, and that's what I'm into.
Wordplay.
I'm into wordplay and the patterns.
Yeah.
I remember Showbiz was telling us a story about when he did Ebonics. That's the only song Big L ever wrote that took almost a year to write. Like, it took him like about 8 months. He said he'll be like, yo, I'm gonna do the song called Ebonics. I'm gonna break out all the slang. So he'll see Show one day and be like, yo, I got the first verse done.
Oh wow!
He'll see him like 6 months later. He'll go, I just finished the second verse. And he's like, all right, when you gonna finish it? And then all of a sudden he's like, yo, I finally finished the third verse. 8 months later, and cuts the song. And then when you hear it, you're like, what in the world is this?
And for him as well.
And then Ron Browse is Rondell, who was the producer of that beat. You know what I'm saying? And Ron Browse did Ebonics.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't Ron Browse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I just got what you just said. Wow.
Yeah, Ron Browse with Pop Champagne and Jumping Out the Window and A-Rap Money. He produced Ebonics, but he was Rondell And Big L had discovered him at the time.
Just as the sounds of Biggie, 10 Crack Commandments, DJ Premier on the boards.
Christopher Wallace.
When you hear that song, what memories comes back to you from those times?
For one, that was the last song of the album, and I don't know if you saw the movie Notorious yet, but that part where they had Sky's the Limit, he was sitting there smiling, going, "Yo, that's it, it's over, I'm the greatest." That was my session, but and they were supposed to actually put Crack Commandments in the movie, and they were supposed to have a guy that played me in the movie, but they really wanted to put Crack Commandments in the part where his actual son exchanged, being being a little schoolboy to selling. Yeah, so when they had it in that section of the movie, they wanted it there, so which was all good. It fit that actual scene.
What did you think of the movie yourself?
I liked it. You know what I'm saying? Being that I knew Big, and I remember I went with Panchi from NYG's and Gordon, and we went like the opening day, like during the day. We didn't even want to wait till nighttime because we knew nighttime was gonna be too crazy. It like everybody's gonna be out, to go see that, and it was packed. So even during the day, and when we went, there were certain things that they showed up that Gravy did a really good job playing Big, because there were certain things he did, and we would literally look at each other and go, "That's Big." You know what I'm saying? Like certain stuff that we knew was him from that time. You know what I'm saying?
So what were those recording sessions like? Like was Biggie still like not writing anything down? Was it all off the top?
Nah, never wrote anything down. He'll sit there from 2:00 in the afternoon until almost 3 a.m. and you're like, man, he still hasn't done nothing. And all of a sudden, like, "Yo, Big, I gotta wrap up. I gotta get up in the morning." He's like, "All right, let's go." And I'm like,
and just be like that,
and he just goes right in.
So I've worked with a lot of people from Christina Aguilera to Janet Jackson, like a lot of MCs. I mean, is there anybody that you haven't worked with yet that you really want to, dead or alive?
Yeah, I like Busta.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I was thinking
like
about he's one of them.
I gave him a couple joints and he liked them, and then as time went past, he was like, give me something else, and I just haven't gotten around to it because I was, finishing Poet's album, and Poet definitely comes first in this particular aspect. See. And much love to Busta, because one day it's gonna happen.
I mean, a lot of people are throwing around the greatest of all time and all that. I mean, there's been consistent since 1990. LL as well.
Yeah, LL came to my crib, and back when I used to live over I had a different crib in the same area that I live at now. And he came by. I remember he came with Chris Lighty, and he was like, "Yo, roll some up and get inspired." I was like, "Man, I ain't got to smoke to get inspired. I'm inspired regardless, because you here." Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You LL Cool J. I'm good, man. So I gave him some beats. He didn't, he took him that day. I remember the next day I seen him at a video shoot, and he's like, "I need a little more, something a little more sexy or whatever." I was like, "Yo, let me do the boom bap gutter for you."
We need that LL back.
So actually, one of them was actually Hustling Days that I did for Guru.
Okay.
With with Donnell Jones on it.
Yeah.
And I remember I was cutting up.
Damn, LL didn't want that.
And the way what's that?
Is what you saying? LL didn't want that joint?
Nah, when we were doing it, I was cutting LL Cool J, greatest of all time at the beginning before the music came in, and he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna kill this." Next day he didn't want it, and Guru did it for his project, and it still came out. Hustling Days is a good record, and one day we'll get together. He's reached out a couple times because him and Freddie Fox. Big shout out to Bumpy Knuckles.
Every time.
Yeah, he's finishing up his album, so. LL was actually helping them work on a couple things. So
okay,
then they reconnected, and then from there, I told him, holler at me when you're ready, and so one day it'll happen. It's just not the right time.
Yeah,
everything's a timing issue with us.